Okay. Morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Charlie's Angel stream. How is everyone doing today? Hi, Bill Brothers and Ram Online. Hi, John and William, and Are You Kidding? Hey, Andres. Hey, don't knock it. Hey, Colin. Hey, Gary. Hey, Johan. Now, the way these streams have to work for this chat, if I scroll up, you see me scrolling up. So, say hi to Martin Engineer and Panzerkatten and Phil and Derek. Hey, Andres. Hey, Thomas. Hey, Gary and Lucas. Hey, Kimaru and Shadell. So I wasn't quite sure what to do today, but I think we've got enough to make this worth it and to help me make progress on things I need to make progress on as well. So, hey, Squirrel Brain. Hey, Jack Black and NH3D. So we're gonna kind of hit on a few things today. So my battle racer, thanks Scott, has not been touched since Earth. So I'm gonna take it fully apart and see if there's any parts I need to reprint to get it ready for Rocky Mountain Rep Festival. So, hey Christian, hey Granny. It's 2 a.m. there, huh Phil? Wow, sorry, my throat. Hey Honored Twig, hey Rod. And then, we're not really gonna do anything with it, but I was just showing off a few of the parts for the drag racer. So this is Scott's design. So it is a very long device, a very long car when it's done. And then I think I had talked about in the last stream, on Monday's stream, the part cooling fan on here. We're gonna swap it out and do the exact same benchy print and see if it turns out better. So that's the goal today. I'm hoping for about 2 hours. I have a lot of projects I want to make some progress on today. So that's the goal here. Notifications are on point. Awesome. Hey Jerry Kerr. Hey Tracy. Hey Scott. Hey Stefan. Hey Christian from Copenhagen. Hey Empressy. What is that tread on the RC bot? This is just TPU, but it's been used. This has been driven. I had it at Earth last year. So it's now a battle racer, Bill, apparently. I got corrected on that. At least jokingly. Hi Danny. Hey PZ dude. Hey Andrew. So can you put pictures of those two somewhere? I would like to see detail. Stream picture shows a lot. Pictures of what two? Ram Online. Of those two somewhere. Everybody says TPU for tread was too slippery. May want to increase tread depth or add knobbies. I don't know that knobbies would be good. Probably a softer TPU or something. We'll see. I mean, I don't have, so one thing, my battle racer build is using the slower Pololu geared motors, and I'm happy with that. I'm fine with that. I actually suggest that, although they're a little more expensive. The 540 motors just overpower these. So, did you take out Nero with the bot? No, most times that I went out, it was because I ran over something and flipped myself over. So, hey 3D Experiments, hey Stefan, hey Tiger, hey Switz, Death Racer and Enderwire Switchwire. Oh, so you want a better picture of those? Hey Chuck. So what do we want to start on? I am going to start on, because I think we'll probably take about an hour on the battle racer and then probably about an hour on the Enderwire. I'm going to shut this down and get it out of the way, and we'll start on the battle racer. Hey Chuck. Hey Danny, I need a cage. Yeah. Hey PF Dennis. Hey Bartos. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is shut down Enderwire here. Now I wanted to, we talked about the part cooling fan last stream. I want to get that sorted before I give it back to my friend. So you could cast 20A silicon RTV treads with an ABS skeleton. I don't know if that's within the rules. That'd be interesting. Okay, this is shut down. So let me power it off and set it on the floor for now. Yeah. It's an interesting thing yesterday. So we're doing a lot of work on the house. I had told you I have a sub panel installed in the other garage now. I have a 100 amp sub panel. We need to get our fence replaced from the recent windstorms. And that's got us thinking about things like our air conditioning, because I want to do the mini splits in the two garages. And then that leads on to solar, because there are some PG&E benefits that get drastically reduced in April. So I'm doing some researching and checking out things for a solar system. And a local company stopped by yesterday and talked about it and gave me a quote. But the cool thing about the visit was I brought them in, and I had a couple of the printers that have overflowed from my area here into the table. And he started talking about 3D printers. And he says that those 3D printers, that's pretty cool. The appointment I was at before yours, they were building a 3D printer. And he said they were building a small 3D printer. And I said, oh, really? Well, come over here. I want to show you something. And I brought him into this work area, and I showed him one of my V0s. And he says, yeah, that's what they were building. So his appointment right before mine, they were building a Voron. I thought that was cool. Hey, Simon. Hey, Ram Online. I'll see about getting some pictures for you. I've been playing with casting RTV silicone, fun stuff. We have 200 amp service in all new homes in Florida. Yeah, we have 200 amp service to the house. I put a 100 amp sub panel in the other garage. Hey, BBs. So. Okay, so this is partially, I've got the top kind of sitting here. I took the boom off and the battery is unplugged, but it's still in there. So I think we're just going to start taking things apart. He's probably watching my streams. That would be interesting. So if anybody is in Vacaville and is building a V0 and watches my streams, reach out, say hi. Okay, let's get in on this a little bit. And this is the Battle Racer. So a few things that I did is at some point I ended up building the two-piece, the multi-piece chassis here with the removable bottom panel. And what else did I do? I think that's pretty much about it. I did custom side plates with my logo, and I did red and black, just kind of a Voron thing. So, hey Travis, hey Linus, hey Poity. No cow picture. So now I got to remember how this thing comes apart, and I think I can reach in here and start pulling the battle bot off of here. Make sure I'm not scrolling anywhere. Can I battle that with my Raminator? Hey, Alex. So this, the most damage that this Battle Racer sustained was from one of our other favorite YouTubers. I don't remember exactly what happened, but Nero put a large amount of pressure on the top of this battle racer, and I don't remember if he stepped on it on accident or something. So it'll be interesting to see if there was any resulting damage from that. Okay, I should have a plug in here. There we go. I have a Dean's connector was all I could find that was small enough that I could fit through that hole and unplug the racer. Now, if you don't know, the whole point of these battle racers is there's a large, like foot-long boom coming off of this servo, and this allows you to move that around. And the goal is to knock the head off of the driver, and there's a switch in here that kills power to the whole thing. I kind of did the parts cooling fan mistake yesterday by installing a 5-volt sun-on Pi fan without testing it first. Now the Pi is almost room temp, but it's so loud. Yeah. Where's my hex tray? Well, I guess I probably could use a hex tray, couldn't I? Do I have any that are empty? Yeah, there we go. There. Now the world is right. Accident. Now this should come off. Maybe, oh, I got, oh, there, and then that servo, and then these servos have to come off. So this is a mess in here. I've got things labeled, I think. I'll figure it out later. Okay, so now that's the whole top piece, which I think is in good shape. I'm not going to rebuild the whole thing with whatever the latest parts are. I just want to make sure, unless there's lots of stuff wrong, but I just want to make sure that it is worthy of the next event. Hey, Mr. Joddy. I need to stop my 3D sets builds and start one of these. Those 3D sets builds are nice. So, okay, so that can sit over there. And now the electronics. So one of the challenges I had with this was fitting this motor controller in, along with a large battery and all that. So I modeled a little mount that mounts the speed controller here in the front at an angle, just so I could hit everything. For what our local power charges, I can't afford to run a mill. More power is more expensive. Yeah. Yeah, that's, I mean, that's, we're looking at solar just to lock in a rate, basically, is the idea. If we pay now, we're basically locked in for the next 20 years, assuming our power needs don't change. What are the rules? I don't remember, Jack Black. I don't remember the specifics. I couldn't recite them. So where can we find info on building one of these? Let's see if we can find it. Let's see if we can find it. Let's go to a new window. Let's go ERRF, and we're gonna search for Death Racer. Let's see if there's some links that come up. Or maybe Murph Death Racers. What is this? What we're looking for is, here, this is a better thing. Let's go to YouTube. Let's go to YouTube, and we're going to search for the real Sam Prentice. And why am I actually logged in? Oh, I am logged in, okay. I'm logged into another account that's only for the streams. So, all the suggestions here are based on what we've looked at on streams. So it's kind of nice. My Tried X's stream has come up. So the real Sam Prentice. It's funny, the things that I look up here looks very similar to the suggestions on my main account. So if we go to Sam's YouTube, and if we go to, let's go to videos, there are going to be some, he's been pretty prolific with the videos lately, so we might have to scroll back a bit, or we can do a search. But here, there's file location, body breakdown, slice settings, all this new stuff for all you need to know for the death racers. So why don't I do this, and I'm going to pause that, and we're gonna share that, and here we go. And Tracy is watching out for me. Put my phone away. Locked in only till the grid voltage is pushed too high when they start saying we can't afford it. Yeah. We shall see. I mean, I gotta do something. My energy bill is too high. So. Anyway, so there is a video here. I just posted the link to it. If we go to the description, there's going to be the files. So this is Mr. Baddeley is the one that hosts the files. They are behind a $1 Patreon membership. They say in the thing, go in once, cancel your thing, get the files, you're fine. So they're just, I'm not sure the whole reasoning behind all of that, but it's there and it's not bad. So if you're interested, this is where I would go to start. And this will give you all the rules and how to print and all that kind of stuff. So. So one problem I had here is my antenna for the receiver ended up going in places I probably didn't want it to, so I'll probably anchor it back here somewhere. It snuck its way out of the side of the body. A friend in Napa was knocked back for solar because his local grid voltage was too high. Too many of his neighbors have solar. Interesting. So, okay. I've got the receivers just on there with VHB. Take that off. And then I've got a couple of extensions here. And this is for the motors. Those should be, oh, they're in to these Y adapters so that the arms move. The arms on the robot move. So I'm remembering this stuff. It's been a bit. So this is an RC thing. Yes. So this is an RC vehicle. So I'm gonna pull this little bracket that I printed and made off. Why not go off grid? That's a whole other level of expense and stuff. Okay, so now you get a little better view of that bracket I made. It's just got some weird angles on it that I kind of guessed and got right in like the second try. So I don't know if I can, let's try something. Let's pull this bottom panel off. See if I can get that out of there without disconnecting everything. Whoop. Hey, Tuxedo. Like little battle box. Yep, except they're all the same weapon basically. They all have the bludger. Now there's two configurations. There's a horizontal and a vertical, but they all have the same basic weapon. Okay, So I had attached I think a 3S LiPo to this bottom panel with VHB. And I'm not gonna try too hard to get that off because I might not have to worry about it. And then we've got all the stuff here. Wiring for the battery and the switch. I've thought about solar for just my 3D printers. Cost wouldn't be too bad. Peak summer cost for electricity here is 44 cents per kilowatt hour. Yeah, right now we're at like 34 for tier 0 or whatever, and 37 or 38 for tier 1. Hey Tuxedo, welcome. So the idea behind the member streams is just kind of mess around with something I wouldn't normally work on a Sunday. So, hey John, thanks for being a member for 9 months. Are you going for destruction, or is there a rock'em sock'em kind of mechanism? There is a rock'em sock'em mechanism. See, the driver here is set at the right level, at the same level as the bludger. And if you get hit by another, the head falls off and actuates a switch there that turns off the robot. See, so I elected to print the entirety of mine in ABS, except for the treads and the seat are TPU. Hey, Major Gamer Geek. Okay, so I do need to take these off in order to get this thing completely apart. We're going over the schedule of events for RMRF right now. Awesome. Maybe I need a little better screwdriver. Do I have a better? Try this one. There we go. There. Okay. And then see, super simple little print. Nothing to it. Just to hold this here, and then the nose of the robot seemed to be enough to protect the motor. It didn't come to any harm. Hey Troy. Hey Yohan. Hey Zombie. Hey Dweens. So this is the original recommended controller from Sam and Mr. Badley. It is a Citron. This is a 10 amp DC motor driver for RC, and it's dual channel. And this will do the mixing on its own. It has a mode for the track mixing on its own. I don't remember if I did it in here or if I did it on the controller. But yeah, there's your two signal inputs, and then you have your outputs, and then your main power input. So that is the model, MDD-RC10. Now this goes along with, and we'll get to them here in a second, this goes along with the motors that I selected based on the original recommendations. So I talked to Sam at Murph about this, and he said, we're gonna be doing all this stuff, and we're gonna release the files, and I'll get the files to you a little early, and these are the motors you should order. And I ordered the motors right after I got back from Murph. And then they came out with the 540 version. And I felt a little bad for a second, but I don't feel bad now. I'm glad I stayed with these motors. So that's a little DC brushed motor. It's got a gear reduction on it already. And I think they're pretty well suited for this robot. So all in one, I guess my transmitter has that built in. Bring your own water to Colorado. All the sinks and water fountains and any of the rest areas have been removed. Interesting. Hey, John. Currently testing my electronics and printed Lego mounts for the motors. Yeah, remember, I have to do chat on the overlay a little different, so you'll see my scrolling and you'll know when I'm distracted with chat because I've scrolled up or I forgot to scroll down. Okay, so John's saying hi to everybody. Awesome. So, there we go. From the footage, it looks like you're limited by grip and not power. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And then you're also limited by, I mean, it's a plastic RC car. You go too fast. These aren't super light. There's a lot of mass there. You're going to be more likely to break something. Okay. Oh, that's the other. I did a post-processing adjustment on here. The holes for the side plate mount didn't keep them centered, so I had to draw per side. They're not symmetrical. These side plates aren't symmetric, so I had to drill some new holes in order to center the side plate. Maybe you can mix some TPU type soft and hard. That'd be interesting. If I can get it to print. I haven't tried, but TPU is challenging the softer it gets. So here's our basic chassis. This is the newer version with the linear rods as extra bracing, which I bet you probably saved it from Nero. That board is out of stock wherever I just looked. I think I ordered mine through an Amazon reseller. Hi, Steve Builds. How well is the 3D Sets Mini 4x4 printing on the Prusa Mini? It's printing okay. I don't know if it's the Prusament Black, Galaxy Black PLA that I'm using, but it's pretty stringy on the big parts. I've tried tweaking some print settings and tried even drying the filament, and it's better, but it's not great. What is the target today? The target today is just kind of evaluate this RC, see if anything's broken I have to reprint, and then we're going to move on to playing with the Enderwire part cooling fan. Hey, Arthur. What the goal is about a 2-hour stream today. I have a project I really want to get to, which is the new table for my CNC router. I'm building a new table for it. So, okay. Now I need to get, I think I left a couple of these a little longer. Pull a pin out of the tread. And just grab it. There we go. Tread's kind of cool. Kind of cool to play with. Does YouTube Al give you credits for member stream likes? I have no idea. My member streams all go public. Oh, that reminds me, I need to make last month's public. But my member streams all go public right before or right around when the next one comes out. So. 3D printed table? No, I need very flat. The problem I ran into, so I built the Shapeoko CNC on that Open Builds extrusion table, and it's too flexy. So I'm changing my whole plan for how I'm using that in the other garage. I was gonna make it so I can move it if I needed to. I'm just gonna put it against a wall and it'll stay there. So. Rat Rig has a new CNC. I saw the teaser on that. I'm curious what the price point will be. I have Enderwire parts printing right now. Awesome. The stream is about 20 seconds behind chat. Okay. I don't know is there anything I can do about that? I don't know. Just pick one. Larger delay than usual? I have no idea why that would be. Oh, you know what? I know why. I don't know if I can fix it though. Let me see if I can fix it. I'm gonna screw up a couple of things for just a second. This is going to. Okay, let me go to stream settings, and oh, it doesn't let me fix that. It's grayed out. So there's a larger delay than usual because, and let me get my, I think I'm right around there, maybe there. Okay, there's a larger delay than usual because recently, several streams ago, I changed my latency setting to low instead of normal. I recycle the settings, so these member streams I recycle. I didn't change it for the member stream one that I copy. So it's normal latency instead of low, and it won't let me change that right now. So hopefully it's not too big of a problem. Okay. Hey, Jokernut. Hey, Danny. Okay, so treads. Treads are fine. These are SaneSmart TPU. I have some that I printed in Polymaker's TPU. I don't remember if I used their I think I used their softer TPU, but I didn't get a chance to actually swap them out. So I might do that for the next event, a little softer. So, okay. So now you see how the drive works here. These sprockets, this one is pre-rolling. It's the same as the rear, just to minimize the unique print count. And then the treads lock into these notches. We battle at midnight at Rocky Mountain Rep Festival. Thanks for being a member, Zombie. So these roll on some bearings. There's a bit of play, but I think there was a bit of play when it was new too. Hey, Nuno, what is the hardness of the TPU you used? I think the SaneSmart stuff is 95A. And then the drive side, there is and we'll get it apart to see a little better, but you can kind of see in there's a pinion gear coming off the motor, and then it meshes with this, that right there. And there's a bit of backlash, but it doesn't really matter. It's more about getting it to move smooth. Okay, so let's take this apart and get a really good look at the parts. If I get time, I may end up reprinting stuff to the heat set versions anyway, but we'll see. Are you allowed to alter the tread per the contest rules? I don't recall. Thank you, Andres. Oh. Okay, so there is one drive module, and you get a little better look at the motor. Someone needs to do some finite element analysis on this to uncover the weak spots. Sure. Oh, there's one of the rods. Let's see, do those still roll straight? Now, if you notice, these rods rest here. I was having a problem. They were a little loose, so they were able to move. So I just put blobs of super glue here and activated it. So it gave it a stop so it wouldn't go any further. I shim my axles with Kapton tape to fit tighter in the bearings. That would work. When are you getting the legit CNC machine, like a Bridgeport? If you ever do, I can make a donation and provide transportation via your neighbor's truck. So I can negotiate the price. Oh. And Steven, I have no room. I mean, you've seen my garage. Steven has seen my garage. I have no room. A game on Steam went on sale. It's called Stray. You can, it looks, oh yeah, Sanity was playing that. I was watching her play that. Stray. Hey, Golden Jaguar, welcome. Okay, there's the basic chassis. Let's see if it broke anywhere. No, it did not. Let me, where's my glasses? Here they are. A game on, oh, Charlie's awake. Okay, let's see a little better. Are there any cracks in here? I'm impressed. There are no cracks. I'm not hearing anything. Can I tweak it? Yeah, nice. It probably took about a quarter Nero, and it took it. Now what about this? Yeah, those all look, I'm not seeing any cracks. Let's take a tire off, or the sprocket off. Oh, now it's saying my battery's dead. Darn it. The battery on this is not, it doesn't sit well. I have to recharge it. I don't use it often, and I've charged it up. It does not sit well. It drains just sitting there. Can always get one of those pocket CNCs. I've got CNC plans. CNC plans are in the works. They're just not ready yet. I think I'm waiting for Galaxy ABS. So this is all, I believe this is all KVP, just black ABS. And this might be Paramount Enzo red, I think. It might be KVP Voron red. I was using the screwdriver, and then it died on me. So now I'm back to this. And there's been a lot of attention on the drivers I use lately. Unfortunately, I bought most of them many, many years ago. So I can't point you to them. You see there, you put a guardrail around him. Okay, is this ready to come apart yet? Just about. Wonder if nylon would be good for that main frame or if ABS is better. I have some PA12. You want something a little flexy. ABS, I think, is probably a good, if you can get good layer adhesion on your prints, which apparently I did. You want a little bit of flex. These rods go in here and stiffen the whole thing up. See, they go in there like that. Okay, so I labeled that a B for some reason. I don't remember why. But those are still, and these print like this on the build surface, so they're not strong across there, but those screws help. Thinking about getting a bunch of ball end drivers and selling them. There you go. Charlie's on the move. Okay, we can take that off then. Nice. Okay. show, and then we can get a better, oh, he's gonna come visit. We'll get a better look at that. There's a little purchased collar that clamps to the output shaft of the motor, and then a printed pinion gear. There we go. Charlie's here just in time to inspect it. You tried the DeWalt gyroscopic bit driver? I own one of those. I do. It's a little big for a lot of this stuff, I think. Oops, that's the wrong way. So I'm gonna put this back on, sort of. Charlie is wanting the attention. Yes. Put this back on. Just so I don't mix them up. I want to, once they're bedded in, I don't want to accidentally mix them between the parts. Yes, Charlie. Okay. Oh, here we are. Chat. Hey, JC. I don't see any adjustment for track tension. There is not. It's all modeled. It's got a fairly large spacing on the treads. It's all modeled to be correct, and it turns out correct. I didn't have any problems with tension. Yes, Charlie is very subtle. Shoulder kitty time, yep. He just woke up, so I'm not sure he's gonna be willing to go straight back to his pillow right away. See if I can go one hand, drive this back in. Do. So the probably, if things work out well, next month's Charlie's stream will be, I hope, working on actually assembling this guy, which is the drag racer that Scott at Edge of 3D came up with. So, things we do for our pets, yep. Okay, that one's back on. I do want to pull all of these apart just to examine them, because that's the whole point here. We're seeing what do I need to reprint, if anything, to make this work well for Rocky Mountain. And someone who has kids. I have kid, and he's 19 now. I mean, I guess I have a 16-year-old as well. Or near 16-year-old. He's actually going, my day is gonna get interrupted a bit. He's gonna get a vet trip today. Make sure he's doing okay. He's been a little off, so we're gonna take him to check him out. I do wish that other thing was charged. Wish I would have thought to check it. I'm not pleased with its battery performance. at this point, because it's been a couple of times I've picked it up and I know I've charged it before and it hasn't been ready. So, what else did I have going on? I have all kinds of stuff going on, but it's something else I wanted to ask about. Put these away. And then I'm gonna see, because my arm already hurts, Charlie will go back to his spot. Jeez. These are what, 50 or 60 millimeter long screws? They are 50 millimeters. So a lot of threads to get through. Okay. Let's do another little check. That's still intact. I'm actually surprised. Okay, that can go right back on there. And I'm not gonna thread this all the way in. Yeah, I hope he checks out okay too. You know, cats will tell you when they're not feeling right. And usually his thing is he'll start peeing on things, which is really irritating. But do you have rain up there? We did get some rain, quite a bit. We got snow in my hometown. So Red Bluff is about 2 hours north of here, and that's where I grew up. And I can remember a handful of times we got snow while I was growing up. But they got a good amount yesterday and the previous night. But we didn't get any snow that I know of down here in the Sacramento area. Have you ever tried any ultrasonic welding of plastic? No, I'm not sure what I would use to actually do that in a home shop. It's interesting. It could be effective, but I have not tried it on my own. Yeah, these are M3 screws, so. I know this is wonderful. Let's see what this thing says for its charge. It's working on it. We had quite a lot of rain and we can see snow in the hills on the other side of the bay. Yeah. So Red Bluff is about 350 foot elevation. So it got pretty low. I'm at about, I think I'm technically less than 20 feet where I'm at right now, above sea level. Danny, were you at the Orange County Maker Faire last fall? Is that OC? Cool. We're just checking these out. Where is your electric screwdriver? It's charging. The thing, I know I charged it last time, and sitting, it lost a charge. So I do have, I wonder where I put that. I do have that DeWalt one folks have mentioned. Oh yeah, Charlie didn't stay where he was. Have you ever experimented with the 3D printable metal composites? I have not. Not even a little bit. Yeah, 20 feet, so in a few decades, you'll have an oceanside property. Yeah. Or be very reliant on levees, more so than I am now. Okay, I gotta let Charlie out, so give me a second. There we go. Yes, I need, where did I put that? I brought it home because I took it to work for a project. I don't know where I put the, if I knew exactly where I put it, I'd go run and grab it. But this isn't too bad. These have been threaded in a few times, so the threads are worn in. Okay, see, that, it gets quicker. Okay. I am impressed. All of these survived. I was expecting some cracks in here. You close to the shoreline or just low in elevation? I'm just low in elevation. I'm about an hour and a half with no traffic to San Francisco. Okay. So really, that is all together with no cracks. This held up surprisingly well. Now, I did not participate in the demolition derby at the end of the events, the battle racer events at ERF. So check out the Titans of CNC if you want to see some awesome metal printing. It's amazing what they do. I've heard of them. I haven't watched too many of their videos though. This is going actually nice and quick. Just roll this in my fingers. Okay. Now the weak point in these drive modules is the top here. Bolts on something like that. I think it's the other way, but we do thread into plastic here. So I may end up reprinting these with something with heat sets or something. So if you want more info on these death racers, there's a channel in the Polymaker Discord. There we go. Okay, those are there. What else can I check out on this? I mean, what did I say? We would spend probably about an hour on the battle racer and then about an hour on the Ender 3. And we're at 10:53 right now. We're 53 minutes in and we're about done with the battle racer. Engineering plastics are sorely lacking in all the popular streams for sure. A lot of them take a bit to, either you have a lot of post-processing that you can't really do on stream, or they take a significantly high chamber or extrusion temperature. That post-processing of some of these sintered metal, like in the plastic carrier or whatever, stuff. I guess you could print it and then come back on a later stream and show it off, but I don't have a specific application for it either. And much of what I do here is what I want to do, right? It's not necessarily like a product showcase or whatever. This is building in the 3D printing hobbyist realm. So stuff that I want to do is what you're seeing. Okay, let's see. I've got a box that I can kind of put things in, because we're not gonna get this back together today. Because I'm probably I'm probably going to, like I said, I think I'm going to reprint these with a version with heat sets, just so I know that it's staying tight, staying together better. I know that a couple of these are technically stripped and just ignored it and it was fine. So that's why I want to do this. Since I have it apart, I might as well do that. So. Just don't get some cheap knockoff screwdriver. I had one and it had some plastic internals and broke in a week. Ooh. I'm gonna set these in here. Probably tighten these down. Build an aluminum trident for high temp printing. Who's that? Who's Bob? Building an aluminum trident for high temp printing. Like what kind of high temp? Dremel those holes, then heat insert. I could, but I run out of, the problem with that, JC, is I run out of walls. I think these are all printed with 4 perimeters, but in order to make it large enough to put a heat set in, I think I would almost drill through all of those perimeters. And then I'm relying on the little bit of plastic of the infill to hold the heat set in. So I don't think that's ideal, although it's a good thought. Hits like 120 seat chamber or something stupid. There are a lot of considerations you have to take account for when you're hitting chamber temps that high. I mean, your bearings are going to start leaking the oil in them. Your belts aren't rated for that high. So, okay, then I'll put all this stuff in. And then set this aside. The belts don't handle that kind of temperature. There are high temp belts. I don't remember what their rating is. Okay, let's set this somewhere where I don't trip on it. And we'll bring the Ender 3 up here. Yeah, all of this is good. Just on time. Charlie's ready to come in. Aren't most of the high temp industrial printers, don't they run like Drylin bearings on rods? That kind of stuff. He has melted enough stuff, I'm sure. And it's fun if that's his segment of the hobby, or their segment of the hobby. That's great. Have fun. Those side plates look like they were animated. That's interesting. Welcome back, Scott. Just in time for me to be done with the battle racer. So, okay, let's bring the Enderwire back up here, and we're going to swap out the part cooling fan, and of course, I think I can get away with this without pulling the filament. I forgot to heat up the nozzle and pull the filament to get it out of my way, but I don't think I need to worry about it. It can stay in there. So, Scott, you missed my battle racer held up to Nero stepping on it with no cracks in the plastic, no nothing. It held up well. I didn't have to pull it apart. It would have been ready to run at Rocky Mountain. So, oh, Ram Online. Give Charlie some candy. Funny Steven, this cool videos, cool stuff. I'm gonna watch it a few times. Awesome, thank you. You can get 2GT belt 6mm rated up to 135C. Okay. No need for an enclosure, just put the printer in an oven. Here we go. Okay, so when we did the follow-up stream on this, I printed a couple of quicker benchies. Here are the two. So this one was a barely under 30-minute benchy, and this one was a little over 26-minute benchy. And we could tell a significant difference in part cooling from the bow artifacts there. Now I have a generic, I don't even know, we'll pull it apart and see what it is, but it makes noise when it starts up. This is not an ideal part cooling fan. So we're gonna swap it out, and then we're gonna run the exact same G code from the faster benchy and see what it looks like. So you just put together the race schedule for Rocky Mountain. Awesome. I'm hoping I can get that drag racer built. I ordered all the AliExpress parts. Scott, is there a place, a central location for all the drag racer stuff I can post? So I ordered, folks were talking about the P series fans from Fabrico. I ordered some of those, but they haven't gotten here yet. But what I do have is some fans that are LDO Motors branded that they had sent me along with, I think, a Pico-Billical kit when I was putting it on the Gold V0 here. I haven't had a chance to try these, so I think this is a great opportunity to see how it works. And I hope, because I didn't actually check, I hope the voltage is correct. Yeah, these are 24 volt. So let's find out what I ended up putting in here. So. Okay. And then these down here. So all we should have to do, not really, there's a channel in the RMRRF Discord for the drag racers. I'll try and get Nick to add one to Polymaker. So for folks that don't know where it is, let me pull up and I think I can grab an invite link for the Rocky Mountain Rep Festival site. Let's copy that. So this is the Discord for the Rocky Mountain Rep Festival. So right there. So that's where most of the drag racer, and that's this guy. And this ends up being like this long is on that. So you can get to the files, get to all the information there. And that's Edge of 3D here in chat. That's his project. The less good of those two looks very similar to my 35-minute TPU benchy. Really? That's nice. That's a very fast TPU benchy. You can probably post in the Death Racer channel since they are the same project on Polymaker. Okay. Yeah, fan voltage, they don't even smoke. They just say ow and don't work anymore. Here, let me, while I'm here, in case folks don't have it, let me grab the Polymaker Discord invite link as well. So you can get information at both of these Discords. That's the Polymaker invite link. So what blue is that? So this is Sparta 3D Sparkle Sky Blue, I think is what they call it. ABS. It's an ABS Plus. It's this stuff right here. Yeah. Sparkle Sky Blue. It's a wonderful color. And then I think the black is just KVP black ABS. It's with Polymaker High Flow TPU. I did a 1445 too. That wasn't terrible. Nice. Hey, David. Oh yeah, you have a custom link. So speaking of Discords, I've overextended myself. So I have not gotten to the configuring mine. So stay tuned. Let's see if we can get a little better view of here. So I opted when we built this printer to do individual connectors to show that they do fit underneath the Stealth Burner cover. So now I got to figure out, I got to uncompress them. Okay, so I need to unplug the NeoPixel. That one there. Most of them are labeled. There's the hot end fan. And then we've got a part fan buried way back in there. So let's pull some of these out. This will be fun getting this all back together, but oops, sorry for just the view of my arm. Okay, so now we have this freed up. And this is a generic, it's not a Winsin, but it is a generic fan I bought off of Amazon. I don't know what, that is what I'm using. So let's swap that out for this LDO fan. And I will probably swap it again for the Fabrico one when it gets here, just for a nice comparison. My Rev 2 build is the same color scheme. Used Hatchbox light blue and true black ABS though. Awesome. Europe does deserve more sparkle filaments. I agree. At the moment, printing a Stealth Burner that must be changed so your timing is excellent. Can you show the extruder part? I have filament in there, which I was hoping to not pull the extruder off due to that. If you need any specific pictures of something, go ahead and DM me and I can send you pictures of stuff. Change the channel to Death Drag Racers. Maybe it should be Battle and Drag Racers, Zombie. Because apparently they're not Death Racers anymore, they're Battle Racers. Okay, so pull this out here, and of course I tied both of those together with a little bit of heat shrink. So I'm gonna cut that. Got the rear Rev 2 enclosure cut on the Shapeoko 3 last night. Awesome. Here we go. Thinking about that, what are they known best for? PB Battle Racers for insurance purposes. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to gently cut. I'm just going to score it basically and then rip it off. Now I can free the hot end fan. Get another look at this thing. Oh yeah, when I spin that by hand, that is rough. It's got a notchiness to it. So, and then I don't know if that'll focus well or not. Come on. Oh, there we go. And this is more showing you this is not a great fan. So don't take this part number and go out and buy it. This is just a generic Amazon fan. So let me grab my, I want to recycle my microfit connector. So I'm going to grab my little Molex pin removal tool. And this is just stick it in there, wiggle it a little bit. Then we gotta get it on the other end. There we go. Wiggle, and then pull it right out. Any tips for crimping pH 1.25 connectors? These BTT, EBB board connectors are so small for people with big hands. Are those pH or are those SH? So Charlie wants out. Let me let him out. I have one of those BTT SB stealth burner can boards around here somewhere, but I don't know where. Otherwise I'd show you what they look like. But I thought they were even smaller than pH. I thought they were SH. Okay. So this is the old fan. This is the new fan. Something I kind of forgot I had to do. I need to cut the ears off. They are pH. Well, that's not too bad then. I don't have any specific tips for it though. Just use the 1 millimeter. It should be the 1 millimeter spot or thereabouts on your crimper. Okay, so taking that off, and then I'm going to take my, oh, well, let's see here first. That does not catch as I try to spin it like this one did. This one's obviously the bearing is shot, or at least not ideal. I'm going to trim off the little tabs. Flush cut those tabs that were holding the other side of it on, and then I need to cut these off. So let me, this is a 50-15. Yeah, 50-15. Yeah, they're both 50-15s. Now I need to find my little hacksaw blade so I can cut these off. So I may have to put you in the very capable supervision of Dancing Max while I rush over to the other garage and grab that. So I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I just grabbed a hacksaw blade so I can cut this. Ten seconds on the mini belt sander cleans those ears right up. Yep. And they're not too bad to clean up by hand with a file either. That's what I usually do. Is that a bad fan? A sleeve bearing fan? That's a good question. I don't know what the, I doubt There, let's put it this way. I don't see anything in its labeling that would indicate that it's a ball bearing fan. We can see, after I let Charlie in, we can see if we can pop it apart and see if we can just pop it off, because it doesn't matter. Let's see if we can see anything. That just broke off the end there. And Charlie's about to visit. I'm pretty sure, you won't be able to see, but I'm pretty sure that is sleeve bearing. So. Hi, Charlie. Oh, we are... Coffee, I'm on red wine. Okay, so I need to grab this. Maybe we can go here and... Whoa, hi, Charlie. Okay. Let's give Charlie his pets for a minute. The value or benefit of functioning Molex does not factor into the frustration of undoing them. Let's see if he'll take this. We do cater to Charlie. I mean, as you see, this is... This is his thing. We'll find out. I'm sure they're going to do some tests. I mean, he does have, at one point it was stage 3 kidney disease. The treatment brought the levels down to be classified as stage 2. So, just an FYI, the Wally World buy me clearance purple glue stick for 10 cents. Wow. I do use purple glue stick. Let's see if he'll take a little bit of intense petting and then settle down. Okay, let's go to here. And I'm going to take my blade here. I don't know if we're going to get a great view, but usually I do this with the other part of the fan still on there. It kind of helps guide and protect things, but it does not take a lot of pressure. I'm going to move that wire out of the way. Doesn't take a lot of downward pressure, just you're almost through. There we go. There's one. And I'm using my 2 fingers here as a guide so I don't go too far into the fan. There we go. Okay, now let me get this dust up. And thrown away. Get him some kidney-friendly food. Yep, he has been on a Chewy.com, what is the Royal Canin diet since we found out he's had problems. So now I'm just going to take my file here and work on it. Dremel with a cutoff disc makes quick work of the fan ears. Yep. All those power tools are fine if you're careful. But I hope to demonstrate that it doesn't take long to do it by hand either. Now, I left quite a bit of extra meat on this one. I could have cut a little closer, but still it's going to take about 2 minutes of filing time on here. See, there's a little bit of a bulge there that I need to get out. That's the stuff. It takes a bit of time, but does help. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He has had excellent checkup appointments ever since he had his bladder stone removal surgery, which was last a year ago Christmas. So it's been about 14 months since he had that surgery. And all of his appointments have been good, but he's having a little bit of, he's peeing on stuff the last couple of days. So we're going to take him into the vet today. Okay, that should be good for that tab. We'll see once we try to fit it in the fan. Now I'm going to hold this wire out of the way. I'm going to take this one down. I think that'll be good for that. We use Pretty Litter. It changes colors based on pH, so you can monitor for infections and hydration. That's an interesting, hadn't heard about that. Sorry, the microphone wire was creeping down my shoulder. I have not heard of that. I'll have to look into that. Is that beeping there or at my place? There shouldn't be any beeping here. I don't hear any beeping. Maybe I'm old and it's outside of my hearing frequency. Okay, let's see if this will fit into the housing. Yep, fits right in. It's when he stops peeing that we go, oh yes, because if he stops peeing, he's blocked up with a stone. That would be very bad. Okay, I'm going for wire length here, and I actually can probably just take it from the other fan. So we're going to cut this out to about here. And crimp on a couple of new connectors. Steve, you've shared the spool holder and PTFE mounts for the Enderwire? I have. It is on the, I think those are on the Voron users GitHub. Under my folder, it's STV PTRSN. If you go to the Voron users, you'll find those in there. Now, I am going to I'm going to cut this and grab the label from the old one, the heat shrink label, and transfer that over, hopefully. Oh, I don't have to reprint it and waste a couple of inches of. Here, let's expand it a little bit. A bit of, just expand it just a little bit. That way I don't have to waste a couple inches of heat shrink tubing just for one tiny little label. There we go. My dog is on prescription hydrolyzed food. Basically, she is allergic to every food out there. Not fun. Charlie is a cat. He will be pissed off about something eventually. Okay, so those are there. Let me grab a couple of terminals. Two microfit terminals. And making sure we get the polarity correct. I need to do this, what you do now, tomorrow, and I hope Charlie gets better food. His big issue on old cats, we have had a house full. I think his food is fine. We're just managing his kidney disease. Thanks, Jack. Okay, let me grab my crimpers. Trusty iWis 2820s. And what is the polarity on here? Let me make sure. Let me make sure. I'm going to check the other end for what I did for polarity. It's hot end fan, hot end, or this one. So top one is the positive wire. So I'm going to crimp this like this. Right, like that. And there. And then into the microfit. Now make sure I got that right. Yep. I'll put this back in here. And we'll get it back on the printer. Oh, okay. Now this normally wraps around. I'm hoping that I can just get this to just kind of stay in this cavity here. We'll see. I had it, if you saw, I had it shrink, a little bit of shrink tubing holding things together before, but I can't get that back on because I had to cut it off. And I'm going to use all the details. Here you go. My mistake, wrote, hope he gets better fast. Food is an issue. An old cats could not eat food after 12 years. Same kidney issues. Yep. Okay, let's pull this back up here and let's get it installed and get a print going. There we go. So if I set this in here, I'm going to need my glasses and figure out where the connectors are for the various bits. Here is the part fan. And this is going to slip in there. This one is the hot end fan. Just like that. And then I think the LED goes in behind it. It is very tough to see. There we go. Okay. That is on there. Fold that back there. There. There like that. Put one of these in. And then we're going to tuck all those wires back in where they should go. See you, Bill Brothers. Oh, no, not Bill Brothers. Danny. See you, Danny. This is no tool headboard. Yep. So the whole idea with that was to show that you can fit all this back in there, barely, but you can. Twist everything and get stuff just right. And then yep. This is not as nice and neat as it was when I built it, but it will serve. And I'm probably terrible on the focus, huh? No, it's not too bad. This is a good argument for toolhead PCBs. They are nice, but they're not required. Okay, so let's power it on and get a benchy printed. And we are right on. We are assuming this actually works and I don't get any smoke for some reason. We are right on. We got a 26-minute benchy to print and it is 11:33. Power it on, clean the bed. I don't know if I've shown this, a little trick I do for these 99% IPA bottles is just poke a hole in the center. It's a lot easier to control what comes out. Okay, powered on. So let's set I think we can do this via let's go control and fan speed. Let's turn this up to, let's turn it up to 100 and see what happens. Yeah, no more rattling. So I'm gonna, let me see if I can turn the okay, so that should be no noise canceling. Did the sound change? So that should be no noise canceling off. Hi, BA. Your point transcends spelling. Oh, did the sound change? So I'm going to turn noise canceling, or I'm going to turn the fan off in a minute. This is at 100%. So the part cooling fan is at 100% right now. I'm going to turn it off now. So now it's off, and noise canceling is still off. So, and it didn't do the rattle noise of the other one. The other one was bad. So this isn't necessarily going to be a great comparison between that other fan and this one as far as how well it cools that benchy, but it will say whether we had a serious problem with that fan. We know we did. Let's see what the impact of that is. So I'm going to turn the filter back on. Now that I know how to do that quickly, I can do it more often. Just understand that microphones enhance the noise. It's a lot, you're hearing it a lot louder than I am. And it's not just old ears. I know we have older ears here. Okay, let's get this. Let's reconnect. And I bought a case of 99% and 1 liter bottles. Yep, I did 2. Whatever this size is this 1 liter? Oh, this is 1 pint. So these are 1 pint bottles, but I bought a case of 12 of them. I've done that twice now. Okay, we're just gonna take the exact same G code and just reprint it. So this should be the last print at the, is there music? There should be music. There is not music right now. Do you know why there's not music? Because I forgot to hit the repeat. So we should get music here again. I forgot to hit the repeat button. I use Apple Music, and then it just plays through the laptop speakers and gets relayed to you. That's how I do that. Okay, so the last 3D Benchy, which was the, I think I can go to history. The last 3D Benchy we printed was 26 minutes and 28 seconds. So we're gonna just redo that. And here we go. I think last time it worked well to just zoom in and point this camera at it. Something like that. I might lower the camera too once it gets going to get an even better look. It is heating up. So. Oh, that's interesting. Did I change my zoom level? Huh. Because you can see more of that. That's weird. The cropping on the chat window is off. The only way I can get chat to show on the stream is to actually do a screen capture, at least that I know of. So that's why it looks weird today on these member streams. But I'll make up for it. I'll make up for it. There we go. Made up for it. Okay, we're at 160 on the hot end, and the bed is almost to 65. That's where I start. I'm gonna just clean off any remaining PLA residue from the last print. There we go. Last time I was proud of my SV06 25-minute benchy until you showed yours close up and it was much nicer. That happened earlier when you accidentally shrunk the text and zoomed back in. I'm sure. Yeah, Colin. It's weird. Before stream, I set it all up and then I cropped the window in OBS. But you're right. It screwed up when I did that. Hey, Jeff. We're at 59 degrees. Should get going here any second. Same filament, same printer. The only thing we've changed is that fan. So we'll see how this does. I don't know how much further I can pull this other fan apart. I mean, I'm basically breaking it apart. Okay. Yeah, there's no bearings in there. It's a bushing. It's a bushing for sure. That's the inside of a fan, a little motor, but you can see a little brass bushing in there. Yeah, there we are. Sleeve bearing. Is there a C-clip holding the fan axle in place? It looks like a little pressed on plastic ring. It's not split. So not intended to be pulled apart. Okay, let's see here. Let's see if I can bring this. You're gonna get little weird camera angles here for a second. I'll try to get a better view here. Looks like a bottom dollar sleeve bearing fan. Yep, that's what it was. There. Okay, let's see how the first layer does, because that's important. There we go, there's the plastic. It's a little close, but it'll be fine. So we got about 26 minutes and this will be done. There's not, yeah, a good sleeve bearing fan is probably fine. These aren't good sleeve bearing fans or sleeve bushing. Hi, Patrick. So we're almost done with that first layer. Yeah, it's very squished. Very squished first layer. But now we got full part cooling fan. Does being at an angle help with the bow cooling? It's supposed to, but we're not sure because we switched the angle in the last time we printed these, but we also increased the speed. I need a nozzle camera. I have one, but I was dumb and ordered the wrong length USB cable, so now I need to wait for them. I need to first tell, I bought it from KB3D. I need to tell them what length I want, and then wait for them to come back in stock. Because I made the mistake of ordering the 0.7 meter one, which isn't gonna work on any of my printers. Maybe a V0, but. Did you test cooling before or after, how it feels? I did not. We just figure we'll see what the results look like because we have this print right here. Come on, there. This is the same print we're doing right now. So we'll compare that spot there and see if it's any better. And then when I get I should get the P series from Fabrico here on Tuesday. I'll swap it out and do a print and post a picture. And then this is going to my friends because he's waited long enough. What material is that? It's PLA. So this is Jesse Brad's Orange Glitter PLA from Printed Solid. That fan was hitting noise, good chance. Yeah, so this is not necessarily a rating on the old fan. We know that the old fan was not ideal. Oh, Charlie's in a perfect spot, isn't he? We know the old fan was not ideal because it made noise. I'm just curious what a good fan and what this is gonna look like when it's done. See how much of a difference it makes. Any recommendations for 60mm fans for the electronic space? My biggest recommendation is turn it way down. All you need is air movement. You don't need a lot of it. So I turn mine down to like 30 or 40%. I turn them way down. And you might have to find a point, because sometimes they'll whine a little. If you can hear it, they'll have a little extra noise at certain RPMs, so play around with it. I'm playing. Now I've got a empty shell of the turbine, whatever, the fan blades. Then let's see if I can see if it's any better. It's hard to tell. It's not perfect. It's not perfect. Let's see if it's better. It'd be interesting to try this with ABS at this speed and see what it looks like. Because this is PLA, it needs a lot of cooling. And we're running it really fast for PLA, I think. Amazon delivery today instead of tomorrow. I'll get to keep building today. Awesome. We're at 11 minutes in. So about 15 minutes to go. Perfection from a sub 30-minute benchy on a bed slinger would be a lot to ask. Yes. But I mean, really, the print quality on this, everything else on a bed flinger, the only thing that we're having trouble with is cooling. Everything else is really good. I mean, look at all that. And I won't even pretend that I have this perfectly dialed in. Extrusion multipliers, all that kind of stuff is not perfect. Temperatures aren't perfect. Yeah. Can you please share the STL for the compressor feet you've referenced that you can use on the switch wires? The compressor feet, you can grab the STL straight from the CAD. But if I've modified them, I'll check to see if I've modified them and I'll post them. What kind of braking is used for Z on that Enderwire? It's a keyback. It's a keyback, same as switch wire. It's the exact same part as switch wire. I can get superb sub 30-minute benchies on my V Minion. What hot end is it using? This is a Phaedos Dragonfly. Phaedos Dragonfly. Hey, Sanity. We got a little bit of a variety stream today. We messed around with the battle racer to evaluate if it broke at Earth. It did not. And now we're testing out a different part cooling fan on the Enderwire here. Oh, and there goes Charlie. "30-minute benchmark on any bed slinger that does not end up covered in artifacts is a really strong benchmark." Yeah. I will give you a stern look. There's some PCB for braking called Stop the Drop, thinking to get that one. Switching mode. Oh, that's the, what is Raise? No, not Raise. I'm drawing a blank. I draw blanks lots. What is the company that's doing that? They do the Railcore folks. I haven't tried one of those. Sanity, LDO sent me an LDO branded part cooling fan a while back, and that's what I've put in here. It is not running tap, Paul. Project R3D, thanks, BA. They're related to the Railcore. They're associated, right? Okay, Charlie wants out. 3 booths to my right at Murph, and I cannot remember the name either. I know. Well, I don't know. That happens a lot. I can't think of the name of something, but you all help me. Let's see what, now that I get a better look at it, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. We'll have to compare it side by side. I'm not opposed to the keyback solution as a mechanical solution. It's simple. It works. So I'm not inclined to, I mean, it'd be cool to try, but I wouldn't say it's anywhere near a must-have. I'm gonna put them on the rear Z drives on my 350 2.4. So there have been folks that have tried to use or have used keybacks on the 2.4 and then like direct drive, like Josh Murrah was doing that. To some success, I think. And I can now back keyback support as well. Got a dud and they mailed a new one out next day. Awesome, that's good to hear. They don't have the PCB ones in stock. We are at 17 minutes. About 9 minutes to go. And we're at 11:55. So this is working out well. I didn't know, I just had an idea of how long today would take. Oh. Hey, Dark Dog. We're trying, I mean, I don't know how much you've listened to, but we're trying a better part cooling fan on this. Is there any advantage to a Micron over the V0 other than larger print size and boop compatibility? Those are pretty much, you've named them. So if you flip the other way, if you think what kind of things does the V0 do a little better than a Micron, and I think it's all based around size, right? So the V0 is my go-to when I just want to throw a print at a printer that'll fit in that build size. It heats up quickly. It's going to heat up just that little bit quicker than a Micron. And when I mean, all of mine now have the Kirigami beds in them, and I haven't had to touch the leveling. So you don't have to go through any kind of leveling process. You don't have to go through a QGL or a Z-tilt. You just throw a print at it. That's not to say that Micron isn't just barely behind that. And it may exceed it in other areas. I'm anxious to get my Micron running. I'm anxious to actually use it. Want to build an Enderwire, but that would make 3 switch wires in my fleet, and that's a lot of switch wires. That is a lot of switch wires. One thing I mentioned in the follow-up stream is I've built 2 of these now. I built this one and I built a Rev 2. And the concern I have between them is doesn't have anything to do with the printed parts and Dark Dog stuff. There was some significant differences in the way the frames lined up between them. So you have to spend a lot of time on these Enders on the frame to make it ready for the conversion. I spent a lot of time on the Rev 2 one that I built for my father-in-law, making sure the frame was square. And when it was square, things didn't necessarily line up. So there's a lot of variation in the frames. Did the new bed in the LDO kit make much difference to the heat up time on the V0.2? A little bit. Not significant, not enough to where I make sure that I print on an LDO bed, a V0. I was looking at Micron, but I'm thinking V0 might be the better bet for my first one. V0 is going to be a bit cheaper. It's a less expensive build than the Micron. So build a Trident. Yep. So all that and build a Trident. Yeah, the polyimide heater that LDO has put out is nice. And Maple Leaf Makers did that video showing the temperature readings off of it are very good. They're very close to real, which is all based on that thermistor location, really. Hey, Golden Jaguar. Watching 3 streams at the same time is a mess, but you are watching. Hey, Poindexter. The 2020 base machines are a lot easier to build. Yep. You can see now, you can get a little bit of a glimpse. It's not a perfect bow. How was the flatness of the LDO polyamide bed? I haven't noticed any problems with the flatness, so my first layers have been fine. The LDO polyamide bed is kind of tough for me to compare to my other V0s in terms of heat up time, because my other ones have the Mandela Roseworks magnet beds, and those are 6mm beds, and the LDO one is an 8mm bed. So there's quite a bit more mass on the LDO bed. Exactly, when you take a clock and line out the machines, the results talks, but took me 13 hours with precision tools. It's hard. Yep. Yeah, the cooling on the overhead is not keeping up on the overhang. But this is also way faster than I'm going to expect to print with this printer. I'm going to turn this down significantly for day-to-day printing. This is more a showcase of I'm using the Creality steppers on here, and it's doing fine. That's probably another thing, though. Similar to the frames being inconsistent, the steppers could be too. I just may have great steppers on here. Maybe Mantis would be better for Switchwire. I have no experience with Mantis. What is the speed set to currently? Let's see, is it telling me? We are at, no, that's just telling me maximums. Accelerations are bouncing back and forth between 8,000 and 4,000. Actual print speed is not, oh, it's hard to tell because this is a small print. I have things set around 200 in the 200 millimeters per second range in the slicer. If you look at community posts, I posted it on my channel in the community posts, a screenshot of the speeds. And yeah, the ABS versus PLA, I thought it would be interesting. Maybe I'll try to set up a quick print at the same speeds in an ABS and see if it'll survive an open air print on here. My steppers on my Enderwire build were fine. It was the torqued frame that drove me to go full Switchwire build. Yeah, frame is very, I've seen it. It varies a lot. We're at 25 minutes. Why is this one going slower? Why? It's the same G code. Maybe I printed the wrong thing? What community channel? The YouTube community posts. If you go to my YouTube channel and there's a community tab, and that's where I post a few, I occasionally try to post something after a stream when I need to follow up on something or whatever. If you keep an eye out on those. Thermistor location, my V2.4 has a thermistor in the mat. 65C, the bed is only at 60. Will a bed edge thermistor give me more accurate bed temp reading? Yes, it should. Just on the edge, it's going to take a little bit longer to get there. Yeah, this was the only one sliced at this angle. It says 26 minutes on the screen, but maybe it's, we'll see what it says in the slicer. I still need you to CNC out an Ender switch panel deck for me. Well, contact me, Golden Jaguar. I can't do that for many people, just an FYI, but if you contact me, I'm working on getting the CNC on a dedicated table, and then I'll be able to cut some stuff out. The heat up time might have been less. Yeah, we'll get a print time in main sale. It'll give us a print time on it. So you're right. The display is probably from when we hit print, huh? And waiting for the heat up. Yeah, that makes sense. Right now it says total. Yeah, it's still giving me total. Let's wait for the print, the end, the history. Do you do any videos on the software for the CNC? Probably not, unless something comes up that makes sense. Careful there. That's how Nimgria ended. I know. I have zero negative desire to turn this into a business where I am reliant or held to ship times and customer service. And yep, that's not, nope. I do enough of that in my day job. I don't do ship stuff, but I do customer service. I use an hour meter on my printers and only count time when the motors are moving. Hey, Eclipse. New giveaway, Steve signed CNC panels. Getting there. There are quite a few places in the US. I don't know about outside the US. There are quite a few places that will do customs, either laser cut or CNC panels. KB3D, MN laser, those are laser cut. KB3D, I think I'll do laser and CNC. And printed solid will do. I don't know what others, so if you have other suggestions, I don't want to leave anybody out. Just a general, there are a lot of places that will do custom cut panels for you. You just have to reach out to them. Seems like about 30 to 40% of running a 3D printer shop, manufacturer special parts business would be amazingly fun. Yep. And that other 60 to 70% is what means I'm never going to do it. Wow. I shouldn't say never, but I'm not inclined to do it. I like my customer service day job because it's not money based. I work for the state and I do IT support. I manage an IT service and support group. So there is no, I mean, it's the people I support the same people, right? I'm not supporting random customers coming in. Do Revo heat brakes just float on? So a Revo heat brake has a spring that pushes it against the, I don't see where mine are, that pushes it against the nozzle. Hey, Extra Mile Performance. Oh, here's one. So a Revo is a Revo Voron. Here's the heater block. The heat brake is built into the nozzle, but there is it's not mechanically attached to the heat block. There is a spring there that pushes it against the end of the nozzle. So this Revo Voron will end up going on my blue V0 when I do that rebuild. Yeah, it is loose, see? It's all about that spring pushing it against the nozzle. Oh, there we go. All done. I'll let that cool off a little bit. It's stuck pretty good. When you support a finite group of people, you get to enjoy or dread the names that pop up on caller ID. That's true. That's very true. For the most part, almost exclusively, I enjoy the folks I support. So it's more or less structural and may break if it bumps into something from the side. Yes. Rebel Angel, that is an obsidian, and that was obtained at Earth. They were selling Riva or obsidian nozzles, just the 0.6, not 0.4s, just 0.6s to the public. Anybody that was there could buy a obsidian. Did you just flex? You have an obsidian just floating around doing nothing. I have 2 of them. Looks like all Revo can be fittable. They're not far apart. You can buy replacement springs. Yep. Will they be at Rocky Mountain Rep Festival? I don't know. Are they? Does anybody know? I think they are. I think they are going to be there. I'm going to pull this off and flex it off. There we go. Okay, where was that other print? So that is, it is slightly better. It is slightly better. This is the one we just printed. It is slightly better. Not by a whole lot. So I am going to label these. We're going to label this one as J for junk. This one as L for LDO. And I will keep those around and let's just go here. I will keep those around and we will compare that to the P series that's coming in next week. So E3D has a large booth at Rocky Mountain. Awesome. Been trying to change that over the years. Quality, cheap. Had good results keeping the benchy at 45, but turned 180 from where you have it positioned. Okay. I'm gonna do the exact same G code on all of these though. I have 2 obsidian laying around. Time for more printer builds. Yes. They are almost there. There is a very noticeable difference here. There's a very noticeable. There is a significant. Well, it depends on your definition of significant. Come on. Come on. There we go. The width, the area of poor cooling is quite a bit less than over here. Let's see, we have the one that we printed slower last time. I think that's this one. This is the one that we printed. This is the 30, the one on the end here is the 30-minute benchy. You'll keep those around and forget what J and L stands for. You'll remind me. We were just talking about customer service and how good CS is better than quickly. CS is better than quickly handled CS. I work in the systems provider side of the business. Any extra parts turn into extra printers. That's the mantra, right? Does the stealth burner cooling system in general not suited for PLA? That's a good question. We're running this quite fast, I think, for PLA. So at reasonable speeds, I think it's fine. I'd be curious. I could slow it down to where that, see at what speed on here, that ends up printing great. I bet you a 35-minute benchy would probably look pretty good. Only going to be able to do so much with PLA and cooling. I had good luck dropping volumetric flow by 2 and increasing Excel by 1K. Okay. So with that, I think we're going to call it. I'm going to work on the table. That's the next thing I'm working on, is going to work on the table. Hey, the first layer. Welcome to the end of the stream. I don't know if you've been here longer than this, but the Mercury build you have coming up, what is the big difference between that and comparable Vorons? I'm new to this, so I'm still trying to figure out these custom builds. So the Mercury build is all centered around a conversion for an Ender 5, a Creality Ender 5. It's not quite as ready to enclose, fully enclose. It's a little more to do that, but it's really a conversion build. and it's a community project that I'm excited to build. I like the black background chat window, more readable, and seems to take less space on the screen. My regular chat overlay, I can tweak it, but it's a whole lot easier to manage than this one is. So. Okay, so with that, we are back here tomorrow, same 10 a.m. my Pacific time with the Micron build. Thank you for everybody. Thank you for all the members. Everybody here is a member. I appreciate that. It is a lot of fun. The Discord is coming, but I've overbooked myself on projects, so I've let that one be the thing that kind of sits on the side because I really need to get the CNC up and running. So with that, have a good rest of your day, and hopefully we will see you tomorrow. Bye. And if I missed any questions today, tag me tomorrow.